You ever let a woman go and then wish more than anything that you could get her to come back? Hi, this is Mike Fiore, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how to use tiny little text messages sent from the cell phone you've got in your pocket right now to get your ex-girlfriend to forgive you for everything you feel like you've done wrong, to forget once and for all about any other man, and to do anything she has to wrap herself in your arms again, begging for your forgiveness, fighting for your attention, and swearing up and down that getting back together is 100% her idea. In fact, even though this might sound impossible now, after you watch this video and do what it says, you'll be shocked at how quickly her attitude towards you changes, how she finds herself thinking about you, craving you, and even fantasizing about you all day long, how that horrible tightness and regret in your chest starts to fade away, how she suddenly starts calling you on the phone just to hear your voice, and how, finally, she even begs you to get together to talk, dresses to kill in your favorite outfit, flirts with you like she did when you first met, and does everything she can to make sure you never get away from her again. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do in just a moment. I shared a variation on this weird but shockingly effective texting technique with Rachel Ray when I appeared on her nationally syndicated television show, and she said it gave her chills. But first, we need to talk about the tiny mistake you made without even knowing it that could keep you and your ex-girlfriend from ever getting back together again. If you're like most guys, your relationship and breakup probably followed a variation of this really depressing timeline. You broke up, and when you did, you said, "We'll be friends," but you probably realize now that you're not friends at all, not really, and all your friends and family members are telling you to give up, to move on, that there are other fish in the sea, that if it's meant to be, she'll come back to you. And you find yourself being miserable by yourself, wanting her, while she's off with that guy from the office who you never liked in the first place. And ever since that breakup, you felt this crazy, overwhelming, obsessive desire for her. You've left long, rambling messages on her voicemail, saying all the things you think you should have said when you were together. You've texted her like crazy and felt like you were going to pull your hair out when she wouldn't text you back. You've apologized, begged, pleaded. You've asked her friends about her and freaked out at the idea of her seeing someone else. And you've done everything you could think of to try to get the relationship you had with her back. And no matter what you've done, what you said, how hard you apologized, how much you told her she was right or promised to change, it's been like ramming your head again and again into a brick wall. And I bet you're wondering, like so many guys have before you, why? Why is it that the woman who used to look at you with so much love and desire when you first got together won't even give you the time of day now? Why does she ignore you? Why doesn't she love you anymore when you can't stop thinking about her? And what can you do to heal that massive rift between you and finally convince her to give you another chance? To look at you again, touch you again, talk to you again, make you feel the way only she can make you feel. To answer that question, I need to reveal a few simple truths about the way relationships really work and about the way a woman's romantic mind works that no one has ever told you before, and show you how to penetrate her emotional defenses and hotwire her desire and love for you in a weird but staggeringly effective way, even if she swears she doesn't have any feelings for you now. First things first. Fact. The relationship you had with your girlfriend is dead, and it's never coming back. Okay, I know that sounds harsh, but it's actually pretty cool. Let me explain. If you're like most guys, ever since you and your ex broke up, you've been doing everything you can to turn back the clock and get the relationship you had back. But honestly, trying to get your girlfriend back is like trying to perform emergency CPR on a corpse. Usually, it's just a big waste of time, and even when it works, it doesn't last. A few extra breaths at best, or you might become one of those couples who are constantly breaking up and getting back together and driving each other nuts. After helping guys around the world, appearing on national television and radio, being interviewed by Time magazine, and going through some nasty breakups of my own, I once got dumped over email, I can tell you, the moment you broke up, the relationship you and your girlfriend had was over forever. And as hard as it is to believe right now, that's actually a really good thing. The fact is, if you handle it right, your old relationship ending isn't a tragedy. It's a huge opportunity to hit the reset button and do things right. A way for you to move past all the pain and anger and create a cheat-proof, devoted, passionate relationship that's stronger than ever, stronger than anyone thought it could be. After all, you and your girlfriend broke up for a reason, or maybe a lot of little reasons that just added up. And if you just try to get her back without addressing the reasons things ended deep in her mind at a true and primal level, you're doomed to end up right back where you are now, alone, miserable, and desperate to see her and feel her again, while she moves on to find a guy who can satisfy her deep, primal needs. That's the bad news. The good news is that even though you can't have your old relationship back, and you don't really want it anyway, you can use the simple methods I'm about to reveal to create a new and better relationship with her from day one. The relationship you and your girlfriend were supposed to have in the first place, where you love each other, lust after each other, talk openly and honestly, support each other, and just enjoy each other every day without even thinking about having another one of those fights. In other words, if you do it right, you really can be happy together. But in order to have any chance at all to build this new romance with you, your girlfriend needs you to do 3 things. First, you need to erase the negative image of you she has in her mind and replace it with the powerful, romantic, best version of you she should have. The man she's truly meant to spend the rest of her life with. Like I said, your old relationship is gone. You need to get rid of all the pain and hurt and bad memories that are blocking her love for you. Second, you need to make her feel seen and understood by you in a way that no other man can possibly offer. Let her know that she's safe with you and give her permission to be who she truly is without fear of being judged. And third, you need to flat out seduce her. You need to cut past her rational mind, make her feel like a beautiful, attractive, sexy woman, and give her that spark of feminine power she's probably been craving since the day the passion between you truly died. So how do you do all that? Well, as you've already proven to yourself, you don't do it by calling her up and leaving long, desperate voicemail messages. You don't do it by hanging out in front of her house with a boombox and making a fool of yourself. You don't do it by just showing up places where you know she's going to be and trying to strike up a conversation. It might sound shocking, but the best way to crawl inside your girlfriend's mind, erase all the built-up anger and hurt, and have her actually craving you, is by sending her certain text messages that crawl deep into her romantic mind and that she can't help but respond to. Now, if you're like most guys, you might be thinking, texting? I've already tried texting her, and no matter what I say to her, it doesn't work. But again, I'm not talking about texts where you beg or plead for her back, where you apologize profusely, give up your manhood, and kill any attraction she may still have for you. I'm talking about simple, powerful texts that have been specifically designed and proven again and again to tickle the primal romantic center of her mind, force a smile to crawl across her face and a thrill to rush through her whole body, and that even if she doesn't respond right away, causes a simple idea to grow in her mind and to repeat itself over and over and over again. I made a mistake, and I'll do anything to get him back. I shared just one of my simple texting techniques with Rachel Ray when I appeared on her show. Her jaw dropped open when I gave her a few of my magic texts to try, got every woman in the audience to gasp, and used a couple from the audience to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt how truly powerful this texting thing can be, and the astonishing effect it has on a woman if you simply do it right. Plain and simple, and as weird as it sounds, sending the right, seemingly innocent texts to your ex-girlfriend can have a shocking and drastic impact on how she thinks about you, and will create an amazing, intimate channel between you that no one can interfere with. Why? Because you know her better than anyone else possibly could. And because by texting her the right way, you can feed her the kind of secret fantasies and emotional bait she's genetically programmed to respond to, wherever she is, whenever you want, painting a coy smile across her face and building her desire for you to a fever pitch, no matter how hard she tries to resist. With the right texts, you can remind her of why she fell for you in the first place and make her feel that overwhelming thrill she felt when you first kissed. You can have secret conversations with her and create a private fantasy world where you can earn her trust and be unapologetically romantic without feeling embarrassed or exposed. Do it right, and she won't be able to help but forgive you. Will see you as the sexiest, most desirable man on the planet, the man she's truly meant to be with, and will find herself dreaming of you, noticing how other men simply don't measure up to what she knows she can have with you, regretting ever letting you go for even a moment, and scheming about ways to win you back. All without you having to beg or plead, without having to spend a lot of money on romantic presents, without slipping back into those old dangerous patterns that got you where you are now in the first place, without anyone else having to know or being able to interfere, and all by pushing a few buttons on your